Everyone is, touching the ball. There's a lot of ball movement. There's a lot of motion in our offense. We're getting out on the break. We're making the right decisions. And if we're not making the right decisions, at least we're trying to, and that's what ends up in the turnovers. So we're really doing some positive things on the offensive and defensive end.
What about this? Talk about Syracuse's zone. What makes it so difficult to go against their zone?
Their length. Their length has always been key for them, and that alone is a big factor. And also their shooting with Sutherland and Trish, and they have Carter Williams, orchestrating the offense, and Fair down there working the baseline. So they're a really good team, and we just have to do a good job knowing what they do well.
28-5 to be in the first state final. What's it say about the program?
It's a high major university. All the programs, not even the basketball programs, are doing well. All the programs, we have the high 70s as a school winning percentage. Coach P, his resume alone speaks for itself, and I think Tom Jervis does a really great job with this.
What do you think you and Peyton as a backcourt think? I don't know. Do y'all think about that a lot?
We don't even go out there. Our job is to go out there and play the best we can play, and the rest to take care of itself. I don't really rank myself. I've never done it, and no one's had ever ranked me before, so I'm not going to start doing it now.
A lot of guys who come out unranked and maybe feel overlooked kind of have a chip. You've never had that chip on your shoulder?
I never really had a chip. I've always wanted an opportunity, because if I could see where I stack amongst the people who are supposed to be, ranked or high or whatever, and I do a good job, then it's like, oh, all right, then I'm up there with you guys, and I don't feel, any hate or animosity. I just go out there and play every day.
Russ, you broke the school record for free throws in a season, which is pretty good, and Wes Unseld held it. Makes
Wow.
a bigger deal. It's been there for a long time. But how important has that been in your part of your game? It's
Man,
part of what you do.
big part, because in the Big East, it was really hard for me to get an even good look at the basket. I was struggling with scouting, and Coach had to help me. So I've just, like, the last 10 games maybe, I've decided to let's do what I do best. Let's try and draw fouls and get to the line and shoot an 85 clip, and that's the easiest in the game. And getting transition, that's the only thing I was trying to live off of, because it's really so hard. The coaches do a really great job of scouting.
Russ, can I talk about Coach Kern?
Yeah.
Just a bit. I know you said you called to the school whenever you came to New York. Do you remember the last time you spoke with him?
Might have been 2 weeks ago or 2.5 weeks ago. I really can't remember, but it was. We talked about me coming home and how well I've been playing this year, and how proud of me he is, and the school itself, how the team's doing. They're actually doing really well, and there's a kid named Chaz on that team, and I remember when he was a freshman, and Coach was talking to me about him, how well he's performing. He's gotten so much better. We talked about him a lot, and we were just talking about old days, and when we played Bishop Loughlin, I threw it off a kid's foot to win the game. It was just so much that we went over, and then he just told me, after we wrapped up our convo, I'll give you a call when I head to New York for the Big East, and get to come to watch me play, and I'll get to see you.
Sure. The considerable age gap, he was an older guy.
Yeah.
How did he relate to teenagers?
Oh man, it's because he was so wise, and he always wanted to get you to look at the bigger picture, and he always wanted you to learn that it's not about now. It's about your future and what you have to do to get to your future. As far as on the court with me, he always said, when you get to college, there's going to be trees in there. You got to get the pull-up jump shot. When you get to college, you can't make that play. You have to do this. You got to put some weight on you. You're scrawny. And, he used to laugh, but he always told me that, and he liked my work ethic. I used to stay after practice. I used to get there before practice. I used to even practice with the JV team, and man, I used to go out there, throw baseballs with him. I used to practice with his baseball team. Man, he was just a really fascinating guy.
Did you have tattoos in high school?
Yes.
What did he think of those?
Coach was like, Coach said, "Oh my God." He's like, "You're a thug." but he used to always laugh. He liked it though. I had a comedy and tragedy. Had a comedy and tragedy tattoo, and we talked about that. You win some, you lose some. He'd always refer to my arm when something went bad. Look at your arm, and take it in. And he always say that. And Coach was really like respectful to me, and I'm really gonna miss him.
Russ, you seem like you have a knack for when the team's making a run. Like I noticed a couple times Notre Dame hit a couple shots. It seems like you just automatically always have a knack of scoring to make a break. Is that something you think about?
Yeah, I try to find the open spot on the court, and once I find the open spot, I think I could do a little bit of damage, with the space, because I feel like I can knock the shot down, and on the closeout, I feel like I could take the closeout. I could hit the short jump shot, and I'm finding my guys on the baseline. So I think I'm being pretty well-rounded when teams make a run, because a lot of teams get caught up in a run, sometimes including us, and they kind of forget the defensive assignment. I think that's where I can pick up at.